This will be devastating. The American people don't understand. For all those people out there shouting, we need to stand with Israel, I mean, that's like saying I want to buy a ticket on the Titanic after it struck the iceberg. The ship's going down. You don't want to be on that ship. But our blind love for Israel, and it is blind, has us doing things that empower Israel to carry out actions that will be extraordinarily detrimental for the American people.
Yeah, we'll see how they feel about it once oil hits $138 a barrel. And it directly impacts the Americans' wallets and being able to provide food, put food on the table. Even when we had the Colonial Pipeline ransomware attack, what that was threatening on the East Coast of the United States. So, yeah, I think you're right about this, and I have that same scared feeling about it. Scott, thank you so much for your analysis and keeping us abreast of what's going on here. And we'll check back with you real soon. We appreciate it as always.
Okay, thanks, Clayton.
Thanks, Scott. A lot of you probably may or may not agree with him. I see a lot of people saying thanks for his analysis. Others saying no, I mean, Scott's a damn fool. Remember, Scott was a former UN weapons inspector and who would walk through these facilities and these sites
in the Middle East, like he was
in the Middle East. Yeah, unless if that's you, if you've done that in your career and you're sitting there as a keyboard cowboy saying he doesn't know what he's talking about, then you don't know. You don't know. You also don't know how he was set up and framed and all of that. I mean, there's a whole anyway. But he's walked the walk through these sites. He's looked at he knows these areas intimately, and his sources are fairly impeccable.
And if you're listening, instead of listening through your tribal sensibilities, but if you're actually listening, what he's saying here is that these moves, even if you love Netanyahu and you love Israel, you should absolutely be looking out for the Israeli people. And these political moves will reverberate. They will boomerang back on the Israeli people.
Yeah,
and it will cause death.
I mean, I was having trouble sleeping. I have friends in Tel Aviv, and and I was like, I'm praying for you. I hope in the morning, God forbid, and thankfully there was no civilian targeted sites. It was focused specifically on military targets where this attack happened. But there's human beings involved in all of this. So whatever tribalism you have right now, we don't want this. We don't want any of this. And I think at the heart of this, right, what he said there about he's scared, and I feel that for him to say that, a U.S. Marine, former weapons inspector who's been raked over the coals through hell and back when he said that he was going to stand up and admit that there was no weapons of mass destruction, he was told point blank that the CIA was going to ruin his life. Mm-hmm. And he's on record about that. And they did. And that's what they do to people that they don't like, and when they tell the truth. But when he said, "I'm scared," I mean, it really is a terrifying thought. But furthermore, when he said, if Iran and Israel want to slit their own throats right now, what should the United States response be? The United States response, in my opinion, should be get the hell out of there. And Americans are going to be killed. Americans in these bases are going to be killed. They're sitting there as guinea pigs and as sitting ducks sitting ducks right now, and it's terrifying. So stop it. Hopefully cooler heads will prevail, and we can get the hell out of there, and no Americans will be killed as well in this.
This will be devastating. The American people don't understand. For all those people out there shouting, we need to stand with Israel, I mean, that's like saying I want to buy a ticket on the Titanic